Hey, hey, hey! Welcome back to the 2-day mentorship. I am so glad to be back on here, wrapping up this 2-day mentorship, leading after those 10 principles of a Renegade Fitnesspreneur. I hope that you had a chance to watch the first video. If you didn't get to check it out live, it was awesome to see some people on here live yesterday and to really dive in deep to those first 6 principles of a Renegade Fitnesspreneur. And I'm going to recap really quickly for you guys so we can get right back on track for today and go through the last 4 principles. Are you ready? Are you excited? Sweet. Well, I hope that we get some of you back on here live. It's a Friday afternoon. I know that it's tempting to just go out there and sit by the pool. It's summertime, baby. And I know that's fun. But if you get a chance, dial in and listen to this recording. Because in the first 6 principles yesterday, we talked about operating with principles, making sure to create your list of principles as a business owner, someone that's going to operate so they have principles to direct the strategies and tactics that they take in their business. You take in your business, right? Very important. We talked about rejecting all limitations and what that means and why that can be holding us back from taking more action and getting more done, building more success. Environment matters. That was number 3. Looking at who is surrounding you. Look at who is influencing you. Who are you following? Who are you reading? Who do you surround yourself by? It all matters when it comes to your success. Be evolutionary. Talked about evolving with the times, looking at the way the world is moving and building a business for the future. Talked about the most dangerous number in business being 1. Why that's dangerous. It doesn't protect us. It doesn't allow us to scale, right? So we did some soul searching on that. Hopefully you did some journaling. I pray that yesterday you did a lot of journaling. And then the last 6, number 6, we said create a process business, not just a product business. So vitally important to go back through those last 6 principles and do your brainstorming on that. I'll recap on some action steps that you guys should take later on. But now we're going to dive in to the last 4 principles of being a renegade. That's right. You're building your fitness empire, right? Your business that is allowing you to be the boss, you to create your freedom, you to bring the message out there to the people. So I'm really pumped for you guys to wrap up this with me. Now, we're going to dive right in. Those of you that are just jumping on, you missed my recap, but I think Chelsea, you were here yesterday, so you're ready to rock. I see Leah's in here, and Leah's one of my teammates, so she knows what's up. So I'm going to dive right in, you guys, because this is one of the things I kept for the last day, the second day, because it gets a little bit more to your emotions. So you're not going to cry or anything like that. Trust me. You're just going to really soak this up. Because number 7 is a principle that I learned only in the past couple years as I was building a brand. Not just a business. But this principle is to stand for something or someone. To build a successful business, and especially in the fitness industry, there's so much noise out there. How many fitness professionals do you know? How many people do you see posting about fitness and health and coaching, and they want to help the world change and they want to change lives? So many. But if you want to stand out amongst the crowd with your brand, with your message, you got to take a bold stand. A lot of people are playing it small. They're afraid to rustle feathers. They're afraid to step out there and say, you know what? This shit pisses me off. And that's what I'm about. I'm preaching about that. You want to know what pisses me off, you guys? Is that women don't have confidence enough to go out and live their best lives. They hide underneath the rock. They don't think they're pretty enough. They shallow beneath the surface. They go for guys that put them down. They don't stick up for themselves. They don't feel worthy. They're always walking around guilty. I say fuck that. Right? And that's my brand. The sexy, confident woman. And I'm okay with saying it. I'm okay saying, guess what? It's not about perfection. It's about progress. It's a reflection in the mirror. It's the beauty of the beholder. That's my message. And I think everybody who's building an online fitness brand has to have a bold stance. You're either for something or you're against something. Amen, Leah. Because guess what? There's a lot of stuff out there that I'm against. I'm against the quick fixes. I'm against different, ketone diets. But that's okay. If people don't like it, they're not my people. And you gotta be okay that everybody out there isn't gonna be your person. They're not gonna gel with your tribe. You can't please everyone if you truly want to serve someone. This is so important. I learned this too late. I don't want you to make this same mistake. You might have a brand and you might be branding yourself, your personality. That's how I started. I still have a fitness page, Anna Renderer Fitness, right? Kind of can't change it. It's like late in the stages. Maybe I will change it, actually. I probably will. But if you brand yourself, that's tough. Tony Horton, he can brand himself. He can start Tony Horton Fitness, right? Yeah. Richard Simmons, he can brand himself. He's pretty popular. People know who he is. They know that guy. Jillian Michaels, she can brand herself, right? These are big name people. But if you go out there and your brand is you, what does that say? What does that mean? Why is someone going to follow? It's tough. It's tough to brand yourself. You've got to brand a message. You got to give it meaning. I've got a lot of people that I work with on my team. They're about something. Their brand, the Sweat Escape. My girl April, because she used workouts and sweating as her escape from depression. That's her message. She says, you know what? If life's got you down and you can't get back up, start to move. Right? That's her message. We got my girl Brittany, Fit and Social. She wants to spread a message that you can have a social life and still be fit. It's real. It can happen. We got Balance Over Perfect. My girl Kim. She's like, you know what? My message is you do not have to be perfect. Have balance in your life. Change by choice. My girl Charlotte. She's got a brand, Change by Choice, because she's saying it's your choice. It's up to you what you decide to do with your life. These are going to be visionary brands because they've got a bold message behind them. I want you to ask yourself, what is it? What is that message? What do you stand for? Who do you stand for? My girl Lisa told me today she's starting her brand. She's a very new coach on my team. And she's starting her brand. And she said, Anna, this is what my story is. And, she lost a child at 30 weeks. And it completely destroyed her because they were twins. So she had one and a stillborn was the other. And that destroyed her life for a while. She couldn't get out of it. She was in a place of pause in her life, came out of it, is doing much better, and now she wants to help other people that go through loss in their life, where now they feel like they have nothing. They can't get out of a dark hole. They can't move forward. Lisa's got tools like fitness and nutrition and mindset training and things that helped her get out of it. Those are her tools, but that isn't her message. She's not like, hey, you gotta move, you gotta exercise, because nobody who's depressed wants to move or exercise, right? They're in pause. They're in shock. But she's got a message, and she's gonna put it out there because she's gonna change the world with her message, the people that need her. That's strong. That's a strong brand. Does she have a name for it yet? No. But she knows what she stands for, and that's when the work begins. So if you are personally branding yourself, it's okay. I did. Everybody does. It's cool. But think about moving forward, what you can do to start branding a message and a mission, standing for something or someone that makes you stand out of the crowd and it makes people say, oh my God, I gotta be hanging out with that girl. She gets me. She gets what I need. Massively empowering. Number 8. Number 8, baby. Are you ready? You feeling me? I see Leah. She's right on in it. Yes. Okay. So Chelsea, I hope I'm not scaring you, girl, but I know you're in this too. I know you feel this and you're doing this. Number 8, you got to give up to grow up. This is a major principle that I have lived by in my life. And I'm sure you have too. I'm sure you've sacrificed things in your life to grow, right? But are you still doing it now that you're building a business? We talked about, letting go of the excuses and self-limiting beliefs yesterday, right? Rejecting those limitations. Well, you got to give up to grow up, and you got to remember this, because if you are a perfectionist, you got to give that up. You just got to take action. I remember when I started coaching online, I was like, I don't know how to run an online challenge. Like, this is not what I do. I teach classes and I'm a personal trainer. I've never done an online challenge. I don't know what to do here. But guess what? I put something together and got started, and guess what? I got better. I've almost run probably 30 of them now, maybe more. I've been running online programs for 5 years. So it's crazy, right? You got to give up perfection to grow. You got to give up this time, right? You got to give up time. Nobody wants to give up time. Everybody wants to go on vacation. Everybody wants to hang out with friends. Everybody wants to watch that Netflix series. Everybody wants to chill out every once in a while. Everybody wants to take the weekends off. Sure as hell was me. I didn't want to give up my free time. But you got to give up some things like time in order to grow. You do. I had 4 jobs when I took on another business, this network marketing business with Beachbody. And I thought, well, shit, I got 4 jobs. I'm going to add something else. I'm giving up even more freedom. I'm giving up even more time. But I knew if I gave up more time, I would grow. And slowly but surely, I started knocking off jobs, right? Replacing them with my own business, my own brand, my own programs. And now, I'm not working for anybody. Except, of course, Pop Sugar. They're still paying me. But that's the name of the game. You gotta give up to grow up. You gotta give up money, right? In order to be successful, you have to invest in your growth. You gotta invest in your learning, in your skills. You gotta think about, when was the last time I paid for a mentor? When was the last time I paid to go to a conference? When was the last time I invested some of my savings back into my own personal development, my own growth? When was the last time I took a chance and spent a bunch of money on, my growth of my business? I did that way too often in the wrong way, so I lost about $50,000. So you got to also be smart about where you put your money. But all the money that you invest in your growth as a person and as a business owner is worth it. Have you ever taken a course on Facebook? Do you know how to run Facebook ads? Or are you not getting better at it because you don't want to pay for a course on Facebook ads? Do you know how to write good sales copy or good marketing copy, but you're not going to pay for a course on how to do it? That's the investment I'm talking about. You've got skills you want to develop, but it's hard because it costs money. You got to give up your ego. These are all things we got to give up to grow up. This is a big principle. You're probably going to teach your kids or your team if you're a business owner already who owns a studio, or if you're married with kids. You got to teach this principle to pretty much everybody, even your friends. You got to give up to grow up, especially in the fitness industry. You got to give up your ego in order to grow. I remember when I joined my first mastermind group, I was like, oh God, I don't want to share because I didn't have an idea of what I was doing. I thought, God, if I can just kind of hide in this corner and do my own thing and keep working on my stuff, nobody will know how little I know. I had to let that go. I had to be like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I need help. Have you taken that, that leap of faith in yourself to say, it's okay. It's okay if you ask for help, right? So that principle, giving up to grow up, is letting go of the ego, giving that up, giving up your time, giving up some of your savings, right? Giving up perfection. I remember when I wanted to become a certified high performance coach through Brendan, I realized that if I knew how to help people in their life become higher performers in life, if I understood the psychology of courage and influence and helping people develop better clarity and productivity in their life, it would enhance my brand and my coaching skills tremendously. High Performance Academy is an unparalleled event that everyone should go to. right? But when I realized he could certify me to give me the skills to teach it, I said, wow, it's a $10,000 investment. That is every cent I had in my savings. I don't even have that in savings now because I just keep investing my money back into my business. But I said, I got to give up that money that's sitting in my savings in order to grow myself, to grow my brand, and to grow my skills. Reflect on where you're at with that. If you live by a principle that you got to give up stuff in order to grow, you will tremendously, exponentially grow this year. Number 9, freaking you out? Am I freaking you out? So it's Friday, so it's Freaky Friday, but I'm so pumped to be here with you guys, all right? So number 9, we only got 2 more, and then I'm going to kind of give you guys a rundown, making sure you have action steps in hand for all the stuff that we've been covering. It's awesome to see Ashley on here, pumped as ever. All right, so number 9, you got to serve more to earn more, right? Serve more to earn more. And with this, I want to kind of leave it in the context of content marketing. The most powerful thing that you have as an influencer, right? As a business builder, building a brand, being a coach for others, helping others with their transformations in the world, you have to serve people with relevant content. Content marketing is putting out value that's relevant to the person you're trying to help, right? It is not dead. This is the number 1 way you build influence, trust, and impact as a business owner. 80% of what you put out there should be value, content that serves people. 20% should be selling something, inviting someone, asking people if you can then coach them, take care of them. That means you receive a customer, you receive a client. But 80% needs to be service and value for free. 20% of the time you should be asking people to receive their trust, to receive their money, to receive them as a person into your community. So often people are out there posting every once in a while. You know, they'll post on Facebook and, oh, here's my exercise, but, oh, here's my meal or whatever. But where's the value? How is that then relevant for them? Can they do it? And why? We always got to think about the value piece to every piece of content we put out there. Because if you're going to put up content, then you want to make sure it serves your audience. Otherwise, it's kind of wasted time, right? Nobody really cares about us. Nobody really cares about what we do on a daily basis, honestly. They care about them. They care about what they're going to do. They care about their life. They care about their kids. They care about their weight and their health and their time and their energy. So how can what you do correlate to serve them better, right? This whole idea of building trust and respect and relationships with the marketplace has to be the absolute number 1 goal every business owner has. I've read so many books on content marketing, at least 4. So if you haven't read anything about content marketing, you've got to dial in. You've got to make sure that you're serving better. How much and how often do you give quality content versus how often are you asking people to follow you or buy from you? If you've got products up on your website, if you've got products available every once in a while, if you're selling challenge groups online, if you're coaching people, trying to get them into your programs, you better not just like show up the 4 days before you're doing a launch. You can't just post that you are open for business without leading first with content, service, value, building trust, Then you have that process of, that simple reciprocity. People are like, oh my God, that girl has helped me so much. She showed so much light into my life and she's sharing all this stuff with me. I totally want to do what she's offering. It makes it less of a sale and more of a welcome. You're welcome. Now I'm offering even more. Not just all the free value I give all the time, but even more. So what do you got? Do you got emails going out every week? You got a blog that you're writing up? You got content going up on your social media platforms that add value, not just show what you do, makes you so awesome? And I know I'm preaching to the choir on this, but this is a part of the mentoring that I've had from Dan Kennedy, from Jeff Walker, from Vito Lafata, from Brendan Burchard. This is the most important thing. All right? Podcast. Yeah. All of it. All of it. We got to have content. Serve more and you will earn more. I remember when I was like, oh my God, I can't do any more content. I'm like overwhelmed. I started repurposing. I started finding new ways to use the same content in different ways to add more value. And I think it's so important that you get over the fact that you got to produce so much content. Just create quality content and repurpose. All right. Now, number 10. You ready? Fascination creates mastery. Fascination creates mastery. A friend of mine said to me the other day, what gets you fired up? Like, what do you love talking about? What are you fascinated by in your life? And it's really, really silly, and you're going to think, yeah, right, Anna. But you want to know what I wanted to talk about? Copywriting. Isn't that gross? There's no way I would have ever said that a while ago. But I'm fascinated by these copywriters and these people that can relay and get emotionally connected to their audience through just words and saying them in the right way. I'm like, how do I reach people better? How do I tap into their emotions and get them to understand my point of view or my state of mind and help them transition from one place to another? So I'm fascinated by copywriting now. I'm writing and I'm reading books. I'm taking a course on copywriting. It's sick, right? But anything that you want to get better at, you have to become fascinated with it in order to master it. I know this probably makes sense to a lot of you guys, but there's a lot of people out there that are like, oh, you know what? I really want to get better at social media. It's just really hard for me. And I'm like, well, how interested are you in social media? I hate it. It's like the worst. No wonder you suck. And you're not going to get better until you decide to change your attitude and start learning better. Take a class, take a course, find a mentor, get help. You got to learn that skill. Especially if you're online. If you hate social media and you're trying to build an online business, change your attitude. Change your attitude and change your strategy. Right? It's the same for anything. A lot of people are like, well, I didn't go to school for marketing, so I don't know how to market my programs. I don't know how to market myself. I'm like, how many books have you read on marketing? Oh, well, I don't know. I haven't read any books on marketing. Oh, so you just expect to get good at marketing and be good at marketing without ever investing any time in learning about marketing? That doesn't make much sense, right? So any skill where you feel like you're not good, you need to get better. This is going to help progress my business. This is going to help me, actually get my message out there, which is social media, which is marketing, which is copywriting, which is creating, online content. You've got to learn how to master those skills and you have to become fascinated with it. It's like anybody that asks me for advice on anything. Before I start being like, oh, you know what? Well, I use this, and this. I ask, what have you done already? What have you tried? What have you read? Because if I know what they've already done, I can cut right to the chase. Like, first read this book. Because nothing I teach anybody is going to actually help them. I'm actually enabling them to keep delaying their success. Because until you're proactive and you get fascinated with the things you need to learn and the skills you need to build in order to create the success that you want, it ain't gonna happen. We all have to learn this the hard way though, right? It's kind of like, shit, I don't wanna do it. I don't like this. I hated marketing when I started my online business. Hated it. But guess what? I had to learn it, right? So I wanted to make sure I nailed that last point. You gotta aim your personal development in the direction of the skill sets you need to learn. So many people are like, oh, I'm reading The 4 Agreements, which is a great book. I've actually not read it, sorry, but all of my friends and Leah's like hearting it up. It's a great resource. I guess it's like something in life that helps empower you or whatnot. Yet that person is struggling to build their online network. So I'm like, so do you think that personal development is helping you in the area you want to grow? Maybe. But look at what you're aiming your time at. What are you working on? What are you reading? What are you following? What are you browsing? Is it targeting what you need? Social media, are you following Gary Vee or Scott Rawcliffe? Marketing for Dan Kennedy or Joe Paluzzi? Those are two of my favorite. Marie Forleo is really good for that. Russell Brunson is awesome for sales pages and funneling. Webinars, if you don't follow Amy Porterfield, these are people that know their shit. Start following them and learning from them, right? We can't complain unless we have tried more than 3 or 4 ways of getting better. So we've got the first 6 that I kind of briefly covered in the beginning, and then these last 4: standing for something or someone, giving up to grow up, serving more to earn more, and being fascinated in the skill sets that we need to learn in order to master our business and master our success. So grab a piece of paper, make sure you got these. I want to give you your action steps because I wrote a little summary, right? I wrote a little summary of the different action steps I want to make sure you're taking action on after this mentorship, right? The first one is list out your business principles. Make sure you've got a list of your business principles that are going to guide you and govern the strategies and tactics that you take in your business, right? Whatever it is that you need to be doing should be governed by an overarching principle. So if you're not aiming your personal development on the skill sets you need to learn, maybe that needs to become a principle. Get fascinated. Maybe that could be on there. You might use these 10 principles that I've shared with you. Shit, they've worked for me. They could work for you too. And I know that my teammates and the masterminds that I'm a part of are all rocking this kind of content and these types of principles. The second thing I want to make sure you're taking action on is to evaluate where you might be limiting your vision for your business or your life, right? And what that might be doing to hold you back from taking action. Like, where are you not taking enough action? Do a brain dump on that. Get real with yourself. A nice gut check does us all good. Because I swear to God, if I do a gut check right after this too, there's definitely some stuff I'm avoiding, right? We've got to evaluate where we're limiting our vision and what's holding us back from taking action. Very, very important. Number 3, I want to make sure you're enhancing your environment. Starting today, no matter what your situation, if you got shitty friends, shitty coworkers, a shitty boss, or whatever, it's time to change it up. If you can't get rid of them, add better ones and limit your time with the negative Nancys. We gotta enhance the environment, whether it's you joining a mastermind, whether it's joining someone else and becoming success partners. Who out there do you know that's working on the same stuff? Can you meet with them once a week? Become success partners. Are you reading the authors that inspire you and motivate you? Hugely, hugely important. How are you being evolutionary? That's the 4th thing. I want you to think about, how am I evolving? Am I building my business for the future? Are you bringing fitness into homes? That's a revolutionary thing, man. It's happening. People want convenience. They want immediate things. They want instant gratification. Are you building it? Are you going global? Is your roadmap for business going global? It should, because you've got that market at your fingertips. Number 5, action step. What are the ways you are diversifying your business? Right? We got to protect. We got to protect ourselves and be able to scale our business so that we're not just trading dollars for hours. That we have a plan. We've got to diversify. The most dangerous number in business is 1. We can't allow that to happen. I've got nutrition. You can have online programs, in-house programs, group coaching. You can build a team or a network like I've done with Beachbody. There are so many ways for you to diversify your business, protect, and scale. Make a list of how you're doing it, all the different revenue streams that you have, or revenue streams you want to create, right? Affiliations, become an advocate, do whatever you got to do. Start planning. Number 6, map out the process of your business, right? We talked about a process business versus a product business. So what ways are you going to ascend your clients, ascend your customers, and provide them with continuity? How can you keep supporting them in an ongoing way so that you're not just like, hi and bye? Because we have to be there for people through this transformation. Right? It's going to be up to us how well they become successful. Because if I had a mastermind and I said, hey guys, you're coming in here, it's going to be awesome, we got a month together, and then I have nothing else for them after that month. That's not a process. That's just a quick product. How are you going to map out your business so it's more of a process? All right? Very important. Number 7. 7 action. There's 10 action steps, people. That's right. I want to make sure that I am. Yesterday, I didn't see any comments or any posts because I don't know why. And then all of a sudden I finished and everyone had some questions. I felt terrible. So I'm just trying to check right now. But number 7, what is your brand message and mission? You got to write this down today. What do you stand for, or what do you stand against? Who are you going to speak up for in the world? How are you going to stand out amongst the sea of health professionals that are out there trying to get clients, trying to build a business? Don't be white noise. Don't be vanilla. Vanilla's good ice cream, but it's not a great business. Right? Number 8, what could you give more of to grow? Right? What could you give more of? Could you give more time? Could you give more energy, more money, more ego, more perfection? Let go of fear? What could you give up? I hope that you'll do some time to think about that, because I know if you evaluate your life, you're like, where am I spending all my time, all my money, right? All my effort, all my energy? Am I holding back because I just want it to be perfect before I launch it? Guess what? It's never going to be perfect until you launch it. Because only with the process of learning and testing does anything get better. You can put something out there and you think it's perfect. Finally, it took you 6 months. I know some coaches in the network I'm a part of, and even on my team, they wait 6 months to get their first online program going. They think it's perfect finally. But then they realize, well, I got to make these changes, these alterations. I'm like, oh, imagine you put it out there like 4 months ago. You could have made those changes earlier. Number 9, how could you add more value? More value. Content marketing. Think about what you put out there for content. Blog, podcasts, your social media posts, live trainings, weekly emails. Those are some of the very basic things. If you're not covering that, at least get started. Because until you start producing massive value in the market, it will never serve you the way you want to be received. You're going to want to be successful and make money and sell a lot of programs. But you won't if you don't add massive value. If you look at anybody that's highly successful, on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, podcasts. You're going to see how many they have. I always look at Instagram and I'm like, dude, that girl's got like 1 million followers. And then I look at how many posts and she's got like 4,000 posts. I'm at like 1,000 and I'm like, damn, I got to level up my game and start adding more value. So you've got to give more to serve more. And then the last thing, you guys, look at how fascinated you are in the area of your business growth. What are you learning? What are you aiming your attention at in order to help you grow? Those are 10 action steps that I said you would definitely go away with more action steps. And with all of the tips that I've been sharing throughout these last 2 days, it should really give you more clarity on what you're doing, right? It should really open up your eyes to opportunities for growth. Because a lot of times we feel frustrated, we feel stuck, we're just like, what am I doing and why am I not growing? I hope that what I shared with you is showing you the opportunity for growth. And I hope that you've learned from some of my mistakes. I hope that some of the stories that I've shared with you allow you to see that, you know what, if I go down that path, I hope I'm in the back of your head saying, why are you building a website when you don't have any products to sell or any leads to capture? Why don't you get on social media and just start adding massive value because that's where everybody hangs out? I hope that you'll learn from a lot of those costly mistakes that I've made. Time and money is precious, right? And I hope that you learned a lot from that. Now, obviously, it's not really what you heard or learned in this 2-day mentorship. It's what you do with what you heard. I always say that on my team. I always say, God, you know what? Like, it's really not what I just said throughout this whole workshop, what I said throughout this whole day. It's what you do with what I said. It's what action you take from this. Dan Kennedy said it himself. He said, when you're at a conference, don't just take avid notes on every single word the person says. Write down what you'll do. Write down what you'll do from what you heard. How can I take action? This is what I do with my mastermind of fitnesspreneurs when we meet. You know, I help them develop a bold message in a brand, diversifying their business, adding the nutrition, adding the online programs, understanding that multiple revenue streams is important, building their business for the future. They're creating a process business versus a product business. They're putting out tons and tons of value. They've got continuity so that they can then support their customers even after they get through their first little program, right? They're developing their skills as a leader, as a marketer, as a social media guru, as a content creator. We got to wear a lot of hats in order to be successful as online renegade fitnesspreneurs. So with that being said, I really want to thank you guys for being here. I want to make sure that, you know what, you can reach out to me. I want you to reach out to the person that invited you inside this mentorship because you're already pretty badass if you got invited into here. I know that everyone that I personally invited into this mentorship is doing amazing things. I see them about to change the world because you know what? It's really about that. I said to a friend of mine, I said, I want to thank you for having the courage to put out your message and stand for something so that you can change the world. Because that's what it's about. It's about getting up there, getting better, standing up for something, and it takes a lot of courage, right? It absolutely does. And I love all your kind words. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. I want you to make sure you reach out to me and, ask me more questions if you need more resources. Keep learning, keep growing, stay engaged in the communities that really support you and the environment of people that want to help you. There's so much out there, but it's noisy. So direct your focus, get it going. And, if you need more coaching, more mentorship, you're always welcome to look and see about joining my team, joining our team. I also do one-on-one coaching and mentorship. So if you guys need anything, please let me know. I'm so excited that I got to host this live, because then it's going to be kind of, off the live channel and into more of a course. And I was really happy to just get some engagement and get some feedback from you guys. Please ask questions. I know that this is a lot of information and could be overwhelming, but I hope you guys got a ton of value. Thanks so much. I can't necessarily stop this thing. I don't know why. It won't let me finish. It doesn't want me to finish, you guys. It wants me to stay on forever. I can't do it. I don't know why.